Welcome into the next game of the Cal Ripken 10U World Series as California takes the field to get ready for the matchup against Pacific Northwest. Hello everybody, Jared Dillard as giving an update on a couple of games finals today. Just about 30 minutes ago on our field, Phenix defeated Indiana on a walk-off single in the bottom of the 13th inning. And just ending about 15 minutes ago, Des Plaines defeated New Jersey 2-1. That game also in extra innings. Right now, up next, we have Pacific Northwest against California. And just to keep a heads up, after this game is Pacific Southwest taking on North Carolina. That game will be on right after this game. That's a little bit behind schedule. So these two teams are both 0-1 in the 10U World Series here in Phenix City, Alabama. As the current temperature out here in Phenix City, Alabama is around 87 degrees. And it feels like 93 degrees out on the field. Thankfully for today, clouds are moving in, but they don't seem to be posing a threat yet. Yesterday, games got rained out because of some lightning storms that were coming through the area, but those games got squeezed in early in the morning here. And now Nicholas Wade is up to bat for Pacific Northwest. And here comes the first pitch, and we are off between California and Pacific Northwest. The first pitch is down low, but catches a strike zone for strike one. Gutierrez on the mound for California. Next pitch, same area down low, but catches Wade for strike two. Wade will hit that one over the second, over the first, routine play for the first out of the inning.
Coming up to bat, number 14, Caden Pratt.
Caden Pratt up next for Pacific Northwest. First pitch, down low, bounces in for ball one. Current defensive alignment for California, starting with the outfield. Williams is in left. Greenche is in center. And Cade in right. Next pitch. Down low for a ball. The count is now 2-0. Ott is at third, Sanchez at short, Heyman at second, and Montoya at first. Hit between first and second. And that would be a single for Caden Pratt. Heyman and Montoya not able to close down on that one. Your catcher for California
up to bat, number 2, Reese McFlurry.
And Gutierrez is your pitcher on the mound. So a nice single by Pratt. Gets runners on with one out as Gutierrez ball bounces at the plate and Pratt is over at second. So the count is now 1-0. With one out here on the top of the first inning, and Pacific Northwest already in threat to get a run across. The next pitch is in there for a strike to McClure. The next pitch gets away from the catcher, and Pratt is on his way to third base. So two crazy pitches in the dirt. Not able to be scooped up by the catcher, and Pratt finds himself from first to third in a matter of a minute. The 2-1 count. Ball down low. He's at 3-1 with a runner on third. McClare's next pitch. For a strike, and McClare thought he had it. Instead, he's facing a full count. Northwest. Looking for a base hit to get up early here in the top of the first. Watches it go by on the outside for strike 3, and Gutierrez battles back in that at bat. And he has 2 outs with a runner on third.
Coming up the bat, number 22, Sebastian Iniguez.
For Pacific Northwest, Iniguez at bat.
I'm working on it.
Watches that one for strike 1. Iniguez hits that one well fine. It will find the left field for the third out of game. For California, and they'll be taking the field in a short moment. We'll keep it here as California is your home team, getting ready to bat.
Pitch count's 14.
California, pitch count is at 14.
As both California and Pacific Northwest having some tough losses. It was yesterday where California was defeated by Connecticut 10-0 in one rule fashion, and then Pacific Northwest lost to Southwest 9-2. Those were the first 2 games yesterday in the tournament.
Like Cherokee or Cherokee? Cherokee to Cherokee. I got you.
As Cherokee will be the first batter for California.
I said some country over there.
So Cherokee will be the first batter for California. And here's your defensive alignment for Pacific Northwest. Woods is in left, Wade in center, Doherty in right, Iniguez at third, McClure at short, Pratt at second, and Steinhauser at first. Wade will be your catcher, and Curtis will be your starting pitcher for Pacific Northwest.
Cash money. Cash money.
As a team in the tournament through one game, Pacific Northwest is doing a pretty good job on the hitting front. It's the pitching that had a tough time
Number 25.
in yesterday's game.
Cherokee.
The teams come in with a 6 ERA as Cherokee's first swing is in a foul ball to the backstop. Pacific Northwest gave up 9 runs, 6 earned on 4 walks and 7 strikeouts yesterday. Next pitch misses for a ball. That was going to hit in the middle, and the shortstop lands on the bit. Another decent run pass to McClure. Was trying to run that one down, but wasn't able to get to it.
Coming up the bat, number 11, Isaiah Ott.
Now, Ott at bat, he's going to hit that one over, and that one's going to be caught. Throw over to first, and not able to get the double play, as that one was close to being a catch. I throw over to first to tag him up. However, the ball bounced right to McClure. So they get the lead runner, and there's 1 out. As Weir will hit that one over to third. One. Won't hit the other one. So the lead runner is definitely having a hard time finding second base. But a great play by Niguez to get the ball over to second, to get the force at second.
Gutierrez, right?
Gutierrez.
Gutierrez. Coming up to bat, number 42.
And now the pitcher Gutierrez coming up
Joe
to bat.
Gutierrez. That sound all right? I need to put a little in it. I'll work on that again.
So Gutierrez coming up to bat as Gutierrez just trying to get some coaching information out of his third base coach. Step into the box and with 2 outs and a runner on first. Peterson at the bat, that's in the left field. I think he'll pass Woods. Run around second, he's coming around third. Gutierrez will stop at second, throw in the home, and he's safe. A stand-up double by Gutierrez, and California not only opened up the game here in the bottom of the first inning, they find the first run of the whole World Series. As California is starting to feel it a little bit. The back has really been hitting hard.
Heyman. Coming up to bat, number 77, Callahan Heyman.
And so now Heyman is coming up to bat for California with Gutierrez on second. Heyman, a little blooper over to first. Can they cover it? They will. And a great play. A little bit of a jumble, but Pratt comes up with it at first. And that will end the first inning, but not before Gutierrez with a stand-up double to give California a 1-0 lead. We're going to head to a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we'll have more Cal Ripken 10U World Series Baseball here on CTVBeam and YouTube Live.
Second inning.
Welcome back to the Cal Ripken 10U World Series. As Sharon Curtis is up the bat for Pacific Northwest. Gutierrez, a hero in the bottom of the first inning. Got a stand-up double. Give California a 1-0 lead. Throws his first pitch in there for a strike. Next pitch catches the outside part of the zone for strike 2. O2 count to Curtis. And he'll cut it over for Christian's head. That's going to fall foul. And he'll try to come up with that one. Curtis stays alive, but is still facing an 0-2 count. the hit over to Heyman. At second, still over to Montoya for the first out of the inning.
Maybe. I don't know.
Up the bat, number 35, Ryan Wade.
One of the two Wades on the team for Pacific Northwest. It's Ryan Wade up to bat.
Casey dropped the ball first. Remember that guy came over and said we need one in the dugout, never got water.
And Wade will hit that one back to Gutierrez. So over to Montoya to get an easy second out of the inning. And I think I speak for everybody here when this game is moving much faster than the other game between Indiana and Phenix City. 2 outs in the top of the second.
Okay, love you.
As Woods up the bat for Pacific Northwest. First pitch down low for ball
At
one.
bat, Brent Woods, number 17.
Nothing. Oh, did he run?
Woods will foul the one off to the backstop.
Peyton.
And now the count will be 1-1 with 2 outs.
It is. It's not. Make your own fan.
Over to second, and Heyman tried to come. A great effort by Heyman to stop. Although he wasn't able to get to the out, he had cut the ball from the outfield. And almost came up with the play at first still.
But I can't read it.
Yeah. Hey, Pacific Northwest. What's his name?
Gavin Steinshower. Okay, so it's
And so now, coming up to bat will be Steinshower.
Up the bat, number 24, Gavin Steinshower.
Is that alright?
That's perfect. Steinshower.
I can do that next time.
The Steinshower coming in with 2 outs and a runner on first. First pitch on the outside for ball one. Next pitch. That's in there on the outside for strike one. Next pitch is Steinshower, swinging a miss down low for strike two. Here comes the 1-2. In there, got him looking, and Steinshower goes down, and that will do for the top of the second inning. As we'll head to the bottom of the second, we'll keep it here. As over on field two, the game that's about to start up, it's Southwest versus Connecticut. That game will be going on momentarily on field two. That game not being broadcasted.
California, we have 26 pitches. 26 pitches.
Bottom of the second inning. To the Sanchez up the bat.
Hey Peyton, you guys got water down there?
So it's Sanchez coming up the bat.
Yeah, it's getting hotter.
Steinshower, who just struck out to end the top of the second. Over at first. Looking on.
Coming up to bat for California, number 5, Adrian Sanchez.
Sanchez steps into the box. And Curtis. First pitch. Way inside. Sanchez had to get out of the way of that one. Next pitch, that's going to hit Sanchez off the top of the helmet. Looks to be okay, as he'll take his shot over to first on that hit by pitch.
Coming up to bat, number 31, Gavin Williams.
Now Gavin Williams in the box. He's going to hit that one over to short. And the throw over will drag Pratt off of second base. And Sanchez is safe at second, sliding in. As McClure's a little bit of an errant throw flung Pratt off of second. So that's a tough one. So a hit by pitch and an infield error by Pacific Northwest has Montoya up the bat with runners on first and second. Sanchez on second, Williams at first with no outs in the bottom second inning. First pitch running outside for a called strike. California has showed a lot more urgency at the plate compared to the last game. They're over the third, trying to get the runner stealing, but not able to come up with that one. So Sanchez steals third. Williams holds at first. So runners on the corner. And Montoya will watch that pitch go. Runner is going to second. So Williams second and third. Down to the umpire for a ball three, a full count. And Curtis is in danger of loading the bases up. As Montoya steps back into the box. Next pitch. Montoya swing and miss, and Curtis gets a big strikeout. Much needed one. Northwest and Connecticut are getting ready to start over on field 2. Again, not being broadcast. We'll be giving you updates as we go along. Hunter Cade is at the bat, and you watch his first one go for strike one. Cade will hit that one, empty in the gap between short and third, and one run will score. Sanchez comes home, Williams is the third, and RBI single by Cade gives California a 2-0 lead. As the two teams try to talk out their strategy right here. California has been able to take advantage of stealing a couple of bases. And some hard hitting by California has definitely played a big factor into it. Every swing and crack of the bat is a loud one. And the grounders have played a big factor into their offensive game. First pitch is on the outside for ball one. As you see there, Wade catching the ball and immediately getting ready for the throw at second. Next pitch. This is a throw over to second, and they cut off the runner at third as he will be out. So great play by Pratt coming up and cutting off the play at second base and catching the runner on third in Williams. Williams is definitely going to try to take advantage of a throw to second, try to score a quick run. And second, go over the short, stumbling, throw to first for the out. Thanks to the Northwest. With a great play there in the bottom of the second inning to get out of there. And it is now 2-0 California as we head to the top of the third inning. We'll take a quick commercial break and we'll have more coverage and World Series and YouTube Live.
Pacific Northwest, the pitch count is at 21. Hey, did you want to come up here and do it?
First pitch is in there for a called strike as we're in the top of the third inning. Next pitch misses for a ball.
He's fine, ain't he? Yeah, catch up.
Hey.
I just need a...
Next pitch is in there for a called strike. So the count is now 1-2 here in the top of the third inning. Here comes the 1-2. As a swing and a miss, and that'll be a strikeout for Doherty. And up next will be Wade.
At the bat, Nicholas Wade.
That'll be Nicholas Wade, one of the two Wades for Pacific Northwest. First pitch to Wade. In there for a called strike. Next pitch misses for a ball. As Wade will foul that one off to the left side. Count moves to 1-2. Next pitch to Wade. And Wade will drive that one into the gap between center and left. What a great job of the center fielder. Scoop that one up. And runner will stay at first. That pitch in there, a hard throw for a ball. Next pitch gets away from the catcher, throw over to second, and the ball does not go into the outfield. Sanchez tries to scoop that one off, bounces off his knee, but it does stop the ball from going into the outfield, and Wade is in at second base. So at a 2-0 count, and Pratt in the box. Pacific Northwest has a man in scoring position. Next pitch. Down on the outside, that'll be ball 3. Next pitch misses down low for ball 4. And Pacific Northwest has runners on first and second, with one out here in the top of the 3rd inning.
Coming up with the bat, number 2, Reese McClure.
What's up, Art?
As California will move through with their head manager in the infield. As the coaches for California coming out and bringing some Gatorade to his catcher. Definitely important to stay hydrated out here on these hot days. It felt like 93 not too long ago, but they'll definitely be pushing it to the feels like 100 soon. First pitch to McClure. It fouled off to the right side. But Pratt on first and Wade on second. McClure trying to bring in a couple of runs to even this back up as California leads 2-0 in the top of the 3rd inning. Next pitch, McClure swing and a miss. And he's quickly down 0-2. Next pitch by Gutierrez on the outside. McClure does a great job of looking that one off for ball 1. Next pitch. Swing and a miss as a strikeout for Gutierrez. McClure goes down, and that'll be the second out of the inning.
Coming up to bat, number 22, Sebastian Eniguez. Eniguez is what I said.
Eniguez coming up. Runners on first and second. First pitch gets away from the catcher, and runners are on the move. Wade goes to third and Pratt to second. Eniguez is 0 for 1 today on a fly out to right field in the first inning. As he swings and misses to that one for strike 1. In there for strike 2. Eniguez facing a 1-2 count. So runners in scoring position. Pratt on second, Wade on third. Eniguez trying to get this level back up to 2. Next pitch will be foul tip. Staying alive and battling. One, 1-2. Fouled off again. And he is protecting the plate by any means necessary. As Gutierrez will try to find any way to get around him here in the top of the third inning. 1-2, 2 out. And Enriquez will hit that one into left field. Williams will get that one and throw it home. Great throw by Williams to get that one in. And that before Wade comes home on a single by Enriquez.
Up to bat, number 11, Karen Curtis.
Karen Curtis up next for Pacific Northwest.
Are you mocking him? No, she couldn't hear over me. Oh, that's good.
Anthony, I need to warm up.
Welcome back to the Cowbird Continue World Series. As California still leads Pacific Northwest 2-1 as we head to the bottom of the third inning.
I want to throw somebody else under the bus for that one. Who we got? Garrity?
Yeah.
Coming up to bat for number 2. Coming up to bat for California, number 25, Cash Garrity.
It's going to come out eventually. That
Garrity
southern draw,
up the
man.
bat
The southern draw.
for California. First pitch in there for strike one. Garrity, the leadoff batter. This one misses for a ball.
You a senior, man? Sophomore. In what?
Singled in the first inning. Watches that one go by for ball 2. Garrity hits that one over to third base. Throw by Enriquez. And he'll get him at first for the first out of the inning.
Number 11.
Isaiah Coming up the bat for California, number 11, Isaiah Ott. I wanted to say like.
Isaiah Ott up next. Had the one over to first. The ball would hit the first base bag. But just like that, the ball would pop up right in the Steinhauser's glove. And got him out at first. So now 2 down quickly for Pacific Northwest.
Hello.
Hey, California. How do you say it?
As the next batter up for California is a ball. As Aguirre will miss that one up high for strike
Number
one.
13, David Aguirre.
Let's turn her back.
As Aguirre hit that one deep in the center field, and that one will find the wall. Aguirre rounds first, going for second, and he's standing up at second base. A hard hit shot to center field by Aguirre.
Coming up the bat, number 42, Joel Gutierrez.
Gutierrez up the bat next. Fouls that one off to the left side. Gutierrez had a double in the first inning to left field, or excuse me, right field.
You guys' score on the TV is 3-0.
Oh, you hit, yeah, but it's 3-0.
As Gutierrez hit that one over to the third base side. And the runner from second base is out, trying to go back. He gets thrown out. And that's going to end the third inning. In the third inning, we'll go to the top of the fourth, and we'll come back. We'll have more coverage, continue World Series baseball here on CTVBeam and YouTube Live. Ryan Wade up the bat
And who's at first?
for Pacific Northwest as we are in the top of the 4th inning.
Okay. It unclicked.
California leading 2-1. An update over on field 2, a game that's not being televised. Southwest is currently leading Connecticut 1-0 in the bottom of the 1st inning. That game just getting started. First pitch misses for ball 1. Ryan Wade is the 6th batter in the lineup. He grounded out his first time up in the 2nd inning. Watch the next pitch in there for strike 1.
That's my name too. I was like, I'm not doing nothing.
Next pitch up high for ball 2. As California made a couple of defensive changes, and we'll get those to you in a moment. As next pitch misses on the outside for ball 3. One of those changes is the new pitcher in Garza. The outfield is Heyman in left, Williams in center, and Cade in right. Next pitch by Garza to Wade. On the inside, they'll say that's ball 4, and Ryan Wade will be taking this base over at first. Ott is at third base, Gutierrez at short. As Woods is now coming up to bat for Pacific Northwest. But Wade on first, check swing. Doesn't go around, it's a ball.
Ready? Come on, buddy.
That ball misses on the outside for ball 2. And Garza having a tough time these first 2 batters he's faced. Wilson hit that one over the short, double play. Got one. Won't get a second one. That ball's way over their head. And is the ball out of play? It is. And that means Woods will be on his way to second base. And what was going to second, runner now in scoring position. That's going to bring up Steinshower.
Steinshower.
So with Steinshower striking out looking in the 2nd inning, looks to redeem himself with an RBI hit. The first pitch up high for ball 1. Next pitch, Steinshower swinging a miss, a little bit up high.
Let's go, Gavin! Let's go! Let's go, Gavin! Let's go! Let's go, Gavin! Let's go! Let's go, Gavin!
Next pitch, misses for ball 2. And now misses for ball 3. Steinshower found himself in a favorable position with a runner on second, and Woods and Garza looking for his second out of the inning. Hit over to short, throw to first to get the out. That'll move Woods to third. And with 2 outs, Pacific Northwest, Taylor will be coming up to bat.
Coming up the bat for Pacific Northwest, number 4, Clayton Taylor.
With Taylor coming up to bat, as California trying to stay loose in the infield. And Garza is looking to get out of the inning and get California back to batting and trying to heat up those bats again. That's first pitch. It's a breaking ball, but it misses for ball 1.
Here we go.
Next pitcher, Taylor, misses for ball 2. Taylor pinch hitting for Doherty. Doherty's low that bat. He struck out swinging in the 3rd inning. Next pitcher, Taylor, in there for a strike. It's a 2-1 count as California leads 2-1 in the top of the 4th. Next pitcher, Taylor. He's going to hit that one right over the second baseman's head. They'll bring in Woods, and it's an RBI single for Taylor. It's Nicholas Wade up the bat for Pacific Northwest. First pitch is in there for a strike. Throw over to first. And Taylor is back in safely. Nicholas Wade is the top of the Pacific Northwest batting order, and he's one of the 2 runs that has come home for them. The next pitch on the 1-0 count, or excuse me, on the 0-1 count. This is for a ball. 1 for 2 on the day, grounded out in the first, but got a single in the 3rd. The next pitch up high for a ball. As the California took a early 2-0 lead in the 1st and 2nd innings, Pacific Northwest has come back in 3rd and 4th and put up 1 run apiece of their own. As the next pitch misses down low for ball 3. Garza. Next pitch in there for a strike. So now Nicholas Wade is looking at a full count with 2 outs, runner on first. Next pitch, it can be fouled off to the left-hand side.
Donna said, "We should have called me and told me you were coming. I'd have had it ready, though." She's like, "I don't know which one of these keys it is. Give me a minute."
I don't want to be confused. I would have deferred for it.
No, she said if you called her, she would have pulled it off the ring.
As here comes full count pitch. It's a ball, and Wade will take his base, and Taylor is at second.
Just a bunch of kids we put together.
Coming up the bat for Pacific Northwest, number 14, Caden Pratt.
Caden Pratt up the bat for Pacific Northwest with Taylor on second and Wade on first with 2 outs. And so watch that breaking ball in there for a called strike. Pratt will hit that one over to second base, and a great snag by Sanchez to get a third out of the inning. As we'll head to the bottom of the fourth, we'll keep it here to give you an update on a couple of games that are happening around us. Over on field 2, a game that's not being televised, Southwest and Connecticut are tied at 1 as they're in the bottom of the second inning. So Southwest and Connecticut fighting that one. Over on field 2, over here, it is 2-2, California and Pacific Northwest.
California, the pitch count is 26.
As we keep you updated on a couple of games that will be happening later today. Coming up after this game, it will be Pacific Southwest in North Carolina. And following that will be Idaho in Southeast. And to finish it all off will be Midwest Plains and Phenix City, Alabama. The home team is going to wrap it up.
Okay, thank you.
I'll get them where they need to be.
On the nightcap for us.
Oh yeah, that's these guys that needed the most.
Media day, guys.
Thank you.
As we head
Coming up the bat,
to the
number
bottom of the fourth
77,
inning.
Callahan Hammond.
Oh,
Hey man.
I was just way behind.
yeah. So Heyman is up to bat for California to lead off the bottom of the fourth inning. As the first pitch misses down low for a ball.
Still got 2 more games. This one or the other one?
I know, but I'm done for the next game. What he's doing.
As Curtis has continued to pitch well. Definitely had some trouble in the first 2 innings, but the last 2 has been outstanding. As just like that, called the announcer's jinx. He'll hit Heyman, and he's on his way to first. A little bit of a slip, and Heyman's in a little bit of pain. Definitely caught him
Coming up the bat for
on the
California,
ribs.
number 5, Adrian Sanchez.
Well, it looks to be okay after being checked out by his coach, and a smile on his face, and he'll take his place at first base.
I like to hit better than most people.
Up next is Sanchez. For Sanchez, he was hit by a pitch his last time up, and almost right there again, but he ducked out of that one. He did find his way home after being hit by a pitch in the second inning. He does have a stolen base to his name.
Everything went up there,
As the next pitch is a swing and a miss for strike 1.
Hello.
A swing and a miss for strike 2.
Do what?
As Sanchez in the hole, 1 and 2. No outs. But Sanchez hard hit over to third base. And Niguez trying to come up with that one. He'll get the lead runner. Won't try for the double play. But they will get the lead runner. And that will be the first
Coming
out
up the bat for
of the
California,
inning.
number
As
31,
Heyman not
Gavin
able to make it.
Williams.
Sanchez on first on the field of choice. And Gavin Williams will step into the box.
Yeah. Okay.
Gavin Williams reached on an error last time up. Watch his first pitch go in there for a strike.
I told you you're going to call it later. Somebody asking.
They pitch the breaking ball. Wade trying to find that one. Decides to swallow it. And Sanchez is in the second. As the head manager going to trot it to the arm. Just talk it over a little bit. And just as quick as he was on the field, he is off the field. So Sanchez is on second. So 1-1 count and 1 out in the bottom of the 4th inning. Ones will hit that one over to short. Throw it at first for the out. And Sanchez will be safe at third. Ball gets away from Rodriguez. And Sanchez is home on that throwing error by the first baseman. And California now leads 3-2 in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Coming up to bat, number 15, Nathan Montoya.
Montoya's up, swinging a miss for strike 1. Montoya struck out looking in the 2nd inning. He'll hit that one hard back to the pitcher, and that'll be thrown over to first for the 3rd out of the inning, but not before California brings home another run as Sanchez comes home on a throwing error. We'll head to a quick commercial break, and we'll come back. We'll have more Kyle Roof continue World Series
Pacific
Baseball
Northwest.
here on CTVBeam and YouTube Live.
But
again, as with the 2-2 count with 2 outs, Iniguez on second. Wade looking to drive him in. Up high around the eyes for ball 3. And Garza working with a full count. Next pitch, Wade swinging a miss for strike 3. The tough one for him as we'll head to the bottom of the 5th inning. And we'll keep it here to give you an update on the game going on next to us between Southwest and Connecticut as they head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Connecticut leading 2-1. So Connecticut getting runs in both the 1st and 2nd inning. Southwest a run in the 1st. So Connecticut leading Southwest in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
All right.
California, the pitch count is 45.
Light? Is it light?
For the games coming up next, the game over on Field 2, the game that would not be broadcasted, is Ohio Valley versus Middle Atlantic. That game will be on Field 2, and that game will not be broadcasted. The game that will be broadcasted will be the game of Pacific Southwest versus North Carolina. So coming up about 30 minutes after this game ends will be Pacific Southwest and North Carolina. As a long day continues here in Phenix City, Alabama. As the sun peeks out behind the clouds and is beating back down on the players on the field. As the current weather out here
You need to go tell them they need to calm down.
is about 90 degrees outside right now. It feels about like 96 with 5-mile-per-hour winds going east. But thankfully, there looks to be no rain in the forecast for today.
Still got one more inning.
But it's definitely a hot one down here in Phenix City, Alabama for the Cal Rip Continue World Series. And as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning,
I need the other one.
and it'll be Cade coming up to bat for California.
Who's that number?
First pitch, down low for a ball to Cade.
Up to bat, number 44, Hunter Cade.
Next pitch, Cade will hit that one over to Iniguez at third. Long throw over to first to Steinshower to get him for the first out of the inning.
Williams, number 35.
It doesn't. Trying to figure out how much he's getting paid for that.
First pitch on the outside for a ball to Williams. Next pitch is in there for a strike. Williams is the last batter for California. He's 0 for 1 on the day. He grounded out in the second. And on deck is, as Williams will hit that one over to second base, scoop that one up nice. And a great play by Pratt, the Steinshower, to quickly get the second out of the inning.
Yeah.
Coming
And
up the bat, number 2, Anthony Garza.
Garza will be coming up next. He moved to pitcher in the 4th inning. He'll hit that one over to Pratt at second, throw over to Steinshower at first. And 1, 2, 3, California is down in order as we head to the top of the 6th inning. The final inning as Pacific Northwest will try to stage a comeback against California. We'll head to a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we'll have more Cal Rip Continue World Series Baseball here on CTVBeam and YouTube Live.
If you haven't visited Kramer's Sports Bar and Grill in Phenix City, why wait any longer? Food and fun for the whole family. Take a walk on the wild side. Kramer's is your only local spot for exotic dishes such as venison sliders, frog legs, calamari, gator platter, and so much more. Of course, Kramer's delicious burgers and wings can tame anyone's appetite. Kramer's has a spacious back patio for outdoor dining. Kramer's is only 3 miles from uptown Columbus on 431 South.
Look for the big white rooster.
Number 17, Woods.
We head to the top of the 6th inning, and it's Burn Woods to look to try to start this rally for Pacific Northwest. First pitch to Woods is outside for ball 1. Woods is 1 for 2 on the day. He singled into second and reached on a fielder's choice in the 4th, but he did find his way all the way home in the 4th. He's one of 2 runs that come across the plate for Pacific Northwest. He'll watch that one go by for strike 1. So 1-1 count, as that one's going to miss on the outside, a little bit high.
Come on, buddy.
Next pitch is Woods will foul the one off to the backstop.
I don't want to wait because there's some rain and stuff coming. If we get rained out,
That's what I'm hoping.
As the deuce is a wall with a 2-2 count.
then you got to be back here early tomorrow.
For what?
You get all the games in from tonight.
Unless I'm touching for much of practice.
Oh, I don't know.
Woods fouled off, out of bounds.
Can't have my practice right now. We go to the World Series next week.
Get your weight ready, Brady. Let's go.
Got to get some work in.
Next pitch to Woods on a 2-2. Woods will drive the one, and it will find some grass in right field. Throw to first, and miss the first baseman. But Woods will stay at first, so a leadoff single by Woods. And Pacific Northwest trying to find a little bit of life as Steinshower is up next for the purple and gold.
Coming up the bat, number 24, Gavin Steinshower.
Steinshower first pitch, he'll hit that one. It'll go oppo to the left, but it'll roll foul.
What was the
Next pitch by Garza. Steinshower show bunt, pulled back, throw over to first. But Woods is back in at first safely. That one missed. The count is 1-1.
Whatever team that is, but
It's New Jersey, but I picked them up too.
Steinshower show bunt again, pulls back, but it's in there for a strike. Counts now 1-2. Both teams looking for their first win of the Calvert 10U World Series. Next pitch is Steinshower. Swing on a miss for strike 3, and he goes down for the first out of the inning.
Coming up to bat, number
Woods
4,
is at
Clayton
first.
Taylor.
And Clayton Taylor is up to bat for Pacific Northwest. We'll hit that one over to second base. Throw to second for 1. Throw to first. Will miss the first baseman. But it does get the runner. Oh, he's safe. But he's a little bit banged up. But he'll be okay.
Hey, wiffle ball would have been close. Might have been out.
As Taylor, a little bit gimpy. The ball caught him on the ankle.
Coming up the bat for Pacific Northwest is going to be number 12, Nicholas Wade.
Hey, are you here for the next game too?
Art's going to be here for the rest of the night.
As Nicholas Wade is up
Here's
next.
the lineup for the next game.
I mean, I'll be here for the next game.
He is 1 for 2 on the day. Singled in the third and he walked in the fourth. He did ground out in the first. And with 2 outs, he watched the first pitch go by for a strike. This is the last out for Pacific Northwest. So you gotta get something going. You want to stay in this. Pitch by Garza on the inside for a ball. Next pitch by Garza. Misses for a ball. It's a 2-1 count.
That breeze feels good.
Next pitch is in there for a strike. Deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs as California leads 3-2. Pacific Northwest down to their final strike. With Taylor on first and Wade at bat, here comes a payoff pitch by Garza. As Wade will hit that one and he'll find the gap and everybody will be safe. Williams throws into second. So Taylor is now at second, Wade at first.
This dude walked up like he knew what he was doing. This dude might crush it right now.
Coming up the bat, number 14, Caden Pratt.
And now it is Caden Pratt for Pacific Northwest. Caden Pratt had a pretty decent day with a single in the first on walking in the third. First pitch is in there for a strike. He lined out in the fourth inning. After next pitch to Pratt. Misses for a ball.
I did Hawaii this morning. I brought some lady up to translate for me for every batter.
I'm going to have her.
Taylor on second, Wade on first, Pratt at bat. Taylor is your tying run, Wade is your lead run. As the next one, Pratt will hit that one back to Garza. Garza throw to first, and he is out. And with that, California will win over Pacific Northwest 3-2. And a great game by both teams. California with the first win of the Cal Ripken 10U World Series. Pacific Northwest dropping their second as they are still looking for their first win of the World Series. With that being said, we're going to get ready for our next game here on CTVBeam and YouTube Live. Coming up in approximately 30 minutes will be Pacific Southwest and North Carolina. Until then, I'm Jared Dillard. We'll be back in 30 minutes for some more Cal Ripken 10U World Series baseball.
Once they line up, you can go.
We definitely appreciate all the parents' help and all the community help. We've had a lot of sponsors to get here. You know, it's a lot of work getting these guys. So hats off to the community. They really got behind these boys. You know, we're sitting here together. We've all been doing this T-ball together. Really good friends. Hang out outside of baseball. It's more of a family than it is anything else.
I think it's a very talented group. So like Coach Sean said a little bit, when one guy doesn't step up, there's always somebody right behind him. It's not like one guy, 2 guys, 3 guys has to carry the load. There's 12 guys who have all contributed, whether it's pitching, hitting, defense, stealing bases. It's a really talented team, so it's been really fun to watch.
It feels great. I mean, we've been working for the World Series since February, and this has been our dream to get here, and it's been awesome being in the World Series.
I mean, I think it's been interesting for this year because we've challenged these guys each week to fill out what we call commitment cards, where they actually set goals every week, not just personally, but practice goals, goals for the team in tournaments. And it's been amazing to watch them take ownership and leadership of their own development and really understand that for them to separate themselves, it's more than just what they do in practice. To really separate themselves as far as their skill set and just preparation, it's things that they do outside of practice. And so,
you know, I think it is a special group of boys, and of course you don't get there with the talent and the commitment that they have without the parents behind them. You know, we've known for a year now that we're going to be here at the World Series, winning regionals a year ago, and so we started then, you know, preparing for fundraising and, you know, putting together different fundraising opportunities. So I think without their help, I mean, there wouldn't be, these kids wouldn't be where they're at today. So yeah, definitely appreciate what they've done.
So this group, it's a very, very unique group because they're incredibly talented. I think it's cliche to say that, you know, you hate to lose more than you like to win, but that embodies these kids. They drive each other, and honestly, it's the highlight of my day to be able to go out, get done with work, get on the field with them and work with them because they're so incredibly coachable, they're so competitive, and I think that's why we're here. I think that's why our families invest as much as they do, because they know how special this group of kids are. I mean, I think it's been interesting for this year because we've challenged these guys each week to fill out what we call commitment cards, where they actually set goals every week, not just personally, but practice goals, goals for the team in tournaments. And it's been amazing to watch them take ownership and leadership of their own development and really understand that for them to separate themselves, it's more than just what they do in practice. To really separate themselves as far as their skill set and just preparation, it's things that they do outside of practice. And so,
you know, I think it is a special group of boys, and of course you don't get there with the talent and the commitment that they have without the parents behind them. You know, we've known for a year now that we're going to be here at the World Series, winning regionals a year ago, and so we started then, you know, preparing for fundraising and, you know, putting together different fundraising opportunities. So I think without their help, I mean, there wouldn't be, these kids wouldn't be where they're at today. So yeah, definitely appreciate what they've done.
So this group, it's a very, very unique group because they're incredibly talented. I think it's cliche to say that, you know, you hate to lose more than you like to win, but that embodies these kids. They drive each other, and honestly, it's the highlight of my day to be able to go out, get done with work, get on the field with them and work with them because they're so incredibly coachable, they're so competitive, and I think that's why we're here. I think that's why our families invest as much as they do because they know how special this group of kids are. I mean, I think it's been interesting for this year because we've challenged these guys each week to fill out what we call commitment cards, where they actually set goals every week, not just personally, but practice goals, goals for the team in tournaments. And it's been amazing to watch them take ownership and leadership of their own development and really understand that for them to separate themselves, it's more than just what they do in practice. To really separate themselves as far as their skill set and just preparation, it's things that they do outside of practice. And so,
you know, I think it is a special group of boys, and of course you don't get there with the talent and the commitment that they have without the parents behind them. You know, we've known for a year now that we're going to be here at the World Series, winning regionals a year ago, And so we started then, preparing for fundraising and, putting together different fundraising opportunities. So I think without their help, there wouldn't be, these kids wouldn't be where they're at today. So yeah, definitely appreciate what they've done.
So this group, it's a very, very unique group because they're incredibly talented. I think it's cliche to say that, you hate to lose more than you like to win, but that embodies these kids. They drive each other, and honestly, it's the highlight of my day to be able to go out, get done with work, get on the field with them and work with them because they're so incredibly coachable, they're so competitive, and I think that's why we're here. I think that's why our families invest as much as they do because they know how special this group of kids are. I think it's been interesting for this year because we've challenged these guys each week to fill out what we call commitment cards, where they actually set goals every week, not just personally, but practice goals for the team in tournaments. And it's been amazing to watch them take ownership and leadership of their own development and really understand that for them to separate themselves, it's more than just what they do in practice. To really separate themselves as far as their skill set and and just preparation, it's things that they do outside of practice. And so,
I think it is a special group of boys, and of course you don't get there with the talent and the commitment that they have without the parents behind them. We've known for a year now that we're going to be here at the World Series, winning regionals a year ago, and so we started then, preparing for fundraising and putting together different fundraising opportunities. So I think without their help, there wouldn't be, these kids wouldn't be where they're at today. So yeah, definitely appreciate what they've done.
So this group, it's a very, very unique group because they're incredibly talented. I think it's cliche to say that, you hate to lose more than you like to win, but that embodies these kids. They drive each other, and honestly, it's the highlight of my day to be able to go out, get done with work, get on the field with them and work with them because they're so incredibly coachable, they're so competitive, and I think that's why we're here. I think that's why our families invest as much as they do because they know how special this group of kids are. I think it's been interesting for this year because we've challenged these guys each week to fill out what we call commitment cards, where they actually set goals every week, not just personally, but practice goals for the team in tournaments. And it's been amazing to watch them take ownership and leadership of their own development and really understand that for them to separate themselves, it's more than just what they do in practice. To really separate themselves as far as their skill set and and just preparation, it's things that they do outside of practice. And so,
I think it is a special group of boys, and of course you don't get there with the talent and the commitment that they have without the parents behind them. We've known for a year now that we're going to be here at the World Series, winning regionals a year ago, and so we started then, preparing for fundraising and putting together different fundraising opportunities. So I think without their help, there wouldn't be, these kids wouldn't be where they're at today. So yeah, definitely appreciate what they've done.
So this group, it's a very, very unique group because they're incredibly talented. I think it's cliche to say that, you hate to lose more than you like to win, but that embodies these kids. They drive each other, and honestly, it's the highlight of my day to be able to go out, get done with work, get on the field with them and work with them because they're so incredibly coachable, they're so competitive, and I think that's why we're here. I think that's why our families invest as much as they do because they know how special this group of kids are. I think it's been interesting for this year because we've challenged these guys each week to fill out what we call commitment cards, where they actually set goals every week, not just personally, but practice goals for the team in tournaments. And it's been amazing to watch them take ownership and leadership of their own development and really understand that for them to separate themselves, it's more than just what they do in practice. To really separate themselves as far as their skill set and and just preparation, it's things that they do outside of practice. And so,
you know, I think it is a special group of boys, and of course you don't get there with the talent and the commitment that they have without the parents behind them. You know, we've known for a year now that we're going to be here at the World Series, winning regionals a year ago, and so we started then, you know, preparing for fundraising and, you know, putting together different fundraising opportunities. So I think without their help, I mean, there wouldn't be, these kids wouldn't be where they're at today. So yeah, definitely appreciate what they've done.
So this group, it's a very, very unique group because they're incredibly talented. I think it's cliche to say that, you know, you hate to lose more than you like to win, but that embodies these kids. They drive each other, and honestly, it's the highlight of my day to be able to go out, get done with work, get on the field with them and work with them because they're so incredibly coachable, they're so competitive, and I think that's why we're here. I think that's why our families invest as much as they do, because they know how special this group of kids are. I mean, I think it's been interesting for this year because we've challenged these guys each week to fill out what we call commitment cards, where they actually set goals every week, not just personally, but practice goals, goals for the team in tournaments. And it's been amazing to watch them take ownership and leadership of their own development and really understand that for them to separate themselves, it's more than just what they do in practice. To really separate themselves as far as their skill set and and just preparation, it's things that they do outside of practice. And so,
you know, I think it is a special group of boys, and of course you don't get there with the talent and the commitment that they have without the parents behind them. You know, we've known for a year now that we're going to be here at the World Series, winning regionals a year ago, and so we started then, you know, preparing for fundraising and, you know, putting together different fundraising opportunities. So I think without their help, I mean, there wouldn't be, these kids wouldn't be where they're at today. So yeah, definitely appreciate what they've done.
So this group, it's a very, very unique group because they're incredibly talented. I think it's cliche to say that, you know, you hate to lose more than you like to win, but that embodies these kids. They drive each other, and honestly, it's the highlight of my day to be able to go out, get done with work, get on the field with them and work with them because they're so incredibly coachable, they're so competitive, and I think that's why we're here. I think that's why our families invest as much as they do, because they know how special this group of kids are. I mean, I think it's been interesting for this year because we've challenged these guys